So, the positive of the Nissan Leaf, it's big enough to be a taxi and it's accepted in Ireland as a taxi, but so too is the Zoe. So they're trying to get EVs onto the road and into the public. Most of the taxi drivers have received a grant, €7,000 new, 6,000 just new, and then a year old, 5,000, 4,000, whatever. There's a few hybrids being given grants as well. The positive of this car is absolutely amazing. I mean, the e-pedal driving it is absolutely classic. When you're thinking about slowing up, the car's slowing up, and you just come in to the lights, just timing it rightly is just beautiful. The odd time you have to put your foot on the pedal there, if you have, especially have weight on board, won't stop as quick, but it generally stops in about 8 seconds from 50 kilometers an hour. The boot space is big enough. It takes 2 check-in bags flat, so there'll be that one, and then it'll take 4 cabin bags across the top, which is no problem at all. I've had no problems there. So I've generally had no negativities. I've done jobs up from Dublin to Letterkenny. I've drove this car to Belfast twice. I've drove it to London. If you manage it and you know what you're doing, then it's not a negative. Let me just show you the car is beautiful. It's a leather bound steering wheel, all your radio functions here, your cruise control here. I have active cruise control, speed limiter. It's well kitted out. Resume, set your speed, cancel your speedo, cruise control. The car's done 36,000. Today I've done 100, and I charged it I got a charge in the airport, which is, but I mean 100 kilometers at 16.6. Overall I'm doing around 17s, so it's not the most economical, but like I'm not doing 15s like in the summer, but I do have the all season tyres on with a Nissan Qashqai wheel. And anyway, I'm not going to do a Nissan blog, but I'm just showing you the positives and why this car, you can't go anywhere. But basically there's no such thing as a gearbox, you just drive it. So put it in drive and gone. It's not an automatic because there's no box to be automatic. The glove box is absolutely cavernous. I mean, it's so deep that I can't actually reach the bottles. That's lovely leather bound. I love that carbon effect, and it's just beautiful. It will hold five people, 4 passengers. Like, it's a great car. It's not the biggest car, but it works. Plenty of space for the meter. Plenty of bottle space here. That holds a bottle there. Plenty of room down here for sort of other things. I have a triple port charger there. I love it. So the only negative is there's no air. There's a few negatives here now. There's no air to the back windows and they steam up and the passengers sit in it. That's not too bad. The seat could do with a bit of bolstering, but you'll have heard Fancy a Bev mate talking about that. Slightly uncomfortable on my left side, but on the driver, this here is annoying everybody, but it doesn't annoy me because I don't make contact with it. I don't make contact with that, so that people give out about that, but it's not a problem with me. It is a problem in the passenger side when I'm sitting there, but I don't be a passenger very often, so I don't mind. Full climate control, your sat nav. I love it. You know, food and drink, restaurant, whatever. I just love it. I love this car. There's a lot of people buying Zoes and i3s and all because the Leaf has a rapid gate problem, but the rapid gate, not on this island. If I'm going to go to Letterkenny, I'll charge in Monaghan once, and when I get there, it's slow coming back, but the point is I've delivered the customer. This is a taxi. I bought this for a taxi, not because it's the best car that I can buy or drive. So, and to be honest with you, the negatives are the driver in front. This car is limited to the driving speed in front of it, not anything that the car can't do. If you really want to travel long distances, I recommend 90 kilometers, and that's where you're going to get the best out of the gasometer. I would charge it at 160. I'll stop at 160, charge it, because you're going to get in there before the 30%, and it'll limit the battery heat. So 160 and 160. You know, by that time you're doing 320 kilometers. Who's going to drive further than 320 kilometers? I've seen diesels. There's Midway down there, halfway to Galway, and there's no petrol station or diesel station, but yet I've seen at least 100 diesels stopping, because people stop in diesels. If you have kids, you're going to stop that half hour. There's your half an hour to charge. I just don't understand the negativity. You just don't get there quicker, that's all. I'm going to have to drive at 90 and stop for half an hour. Fair enough, the diesel's down there, but all they're doing is checking into a hotel. I'll just arrive in behind them and go, hi folks, not a problem. So, the negatives to this car, I mean, the people in front of you is negative. People walking out in front of you on the streets are negative, but things that are holding the car back is things that I can't control. Now, just coming up the road there, I had it on cruise, and I had an L plate just sort of in the outside lane. I just zipped under them, changed lane to overtake the line of traffic at the lights, and the light changed. I just zoomed. They were all. I left them there, and didn't once break the speed limit. I zoomed off, left them all standing, and I just resumed back up to 50 kilometers, which in this car is 55 kilometers to do your 50 kilometers positive. So if anyone's driving a Nissan Leaf and you have it in kilometers, you need to be doing at least 55 for your 50, 66 for the 60, 88 for the 80, and 108 for the 100. It's so far out, it's unnatural, but that's probably one of the negatives to it. But overall, very positive. I leave home 100%, 230, 220, says on the GOM. In the cold weather it might say 212. In the very cold weather it gets 160. The rain's only about 160, but it's great climate in Ireland. We normally always around 10 degrees, so you're always looking at about 220 kilometers. But I won't do that. I'll do 100 and I'll charge it back to 80, and so therefore I'll have 100 under my belt. I only do about 200. I only need to stop as a taxi driver for half an hour, and I can get the rest of the shift done. Now, because it's free, I'll go back to my home charger and I'll bring home 80% with me. And then when I'm leaving in the morning, I'll have timed it so it'll only be 100% for about an hour maximum. So the car's very rarely at about 100%. And if I'm going away or I'm not working the next day, I'll leave it at 80. I won't bring it up to 100. So that's one of the good things for the battery. So I've had a Leaf Spy plugged into this at 36,000 kilometers now, and a 95% state of health. So it doesn't really go much. It'll stop around there, and then it'll slow down once it goes to 95. It'll probably take me 100,000 to see 90, and I think you're going to have a good career with this car. Definitely 4 years of goods going on it. So anyway, there's nearly 10 minutes of waffle. So when I get another job, I'll be out and around it. I'll probably show you around the car. If you know EVs, don't watch it. I'm going to show people around the car that's never seen an EV before. Thanks.